Hi, everyone. This is Patti Conklin. You may know me from some of my other lectures at ORI or around the country, around the globe. Um, I am a medical intuitive. I think is how we classified me 25 years ago as I started out. But I've kind of evolved, and vibration's my thing, and perspective and perception all around the world. So I want to talk to you a little bit today about S.H.I.T, the spiritual human in transition. You know, I've been with ORI a long time. Back in the day when Harold McCoy and Gladys McCoy were running the dowsing programs, and still are. Gladys is. Harold has moved on and crossed over. But his legacy and the work that Gladys is doing and daughter Joyce are just amazing. And if you haven't been to ORI yet, after this pandemic is over with, then please make plans to do so, because you're just going to love it. You're going to love the whole aspect of being there and being around family and just incredible people. They asked me to talk about the S.H.I.T effect, which is something I enjoy teaching about and speaking about, because it's so important. It's when all of these external things in our life are just playing out in the most bizarre way. And we're getting pressure, we're losing jobs, children are going hungry. I mean, we haven't seen a pandemic in over 100 years. And it's worldwide, folks. It's not just here. We have wildfires taking place. We have just so many different racial unrests. We have people that are just, I don't know, not to judge, but just don't seem to be thinking correctly. And when that happens, the shit happens. And when the shit happens, it's understanding that you're a spiritual human in transition. You are growing. Think about it. We don't grow when we're happy. We don't grow when everything is going our way and we're feeling terrific about it. That's not when we grow. We grow when we're hurting. We grow when we're feeling unheard. We grow when we're feeling unvalidated. And so I think it's just really important for folks to understand that, yes, you have a lot of externalisms, but look at what takes place when we grow. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying that we all go through it. And we all go through that time period where just nothing seems to go right. And you're hungry and you're scared, and you have a right to be. But I want you to remember what fear is: forgetting every available resource. And that's the strength that's inside of each and every one of us. It's so important for us to know and to recognize that life is what we make it. The events are still going to take place, aren't they? We're still going to have our situations of feeling out of control, being in situations that we can't seem to get out of. But there's always choice. There's always choice in each and every one of our adventures, every one of our sojourns. We have the choice as to whether to look at it as a learning experience or whether to look at it as a stopping experience. And I want to challenge you today to make it a growing experience. Good always comes out of bad, always. Listen to me. Good always comes out of bad, no matter how bad it seems. Maybe you've lost a loved one recently. Maybe someone is in the hospital sick. Maybe you've lost your job. Maybe you're having a hard time supporting yourself. Maybe you've lost your home. Those are all catastrophic situations. But I want to encourage you. I want you to know that you will come through this, and we will come through it together, because it doesn't matter where we are in our status, where we are in our upkeep in our community or around the world or whatever we're doing. We're all being affected by so many different things. The wildfires across the West are just heartbreaking. The number of people losing their homes, the number of businesses that are closing down with COVID, and this pandemic that is racing across the world. It's shit. There's no other way for it. It's shit. And it's sad with how many people have lost their lives due to complications with COVID-19 or COVID-19 itself. But it's real, and it is there, and we can't wish it away. And common sense tells us we shouldn't just throw it up in the air. I think it's making life effective for each and every one of us, and knowing that life is this amazing journey, no matter how tough it feels at times. And I want you to think about that for a minute. I want you to think about something that has been unpleasant that you've experienced lately. And I want you to think about how you can shift the perception to understand that you learned something. You learned what not to do. You learned something of yourself, that maybe you're willing to set a boundary. Maybe you're willing to reach out more and do more volunteer work. It has affected you. Life has affected you. You're not the same person you were 10 minutes ago. You're not the same person you were 2 minutes ago. Your soul continues to grow. Your life continues to move on. And you know that everything is okay. Right? You know that. And so when you start feeling down, when you start feeling like you're out of control, when things are tough, reach out. Reach out to your friends, reach out to your colleagues, share in that moment, because you never know where an angel lurks. You never know who's going to be able to help you. If you internalize it and keep it inside, you'll never know the angel who will come to your assistance. And we see that every day, don't we? We see people helping people. So important, so critical to our life that we help each other, and that we know that other people will be there for us, even when we don't feel it, even when we don't feel as though we have the capability or the competency to get through. You will. You know why? Because I believe in you. I trust in you. I know your capabilities, no matter where you are in the world. I know that you are growing. And I'm so thankful that you are. Because what would life be if we weren't growing? And yeah, it'd be nice to be laying around the pool drinking margaritas and not have a care in the world. But would you really be growing? Would you really take not just your soul, but your mind of just the most incredible essence of growth, even though we don't look at it that way? So I want you to think about it just for a minute. How do we grow? How do you grow? How do you take what you know and advance it? How do you take what you know and get further along in terms of your ability and capability? You know how to love. I know you know how to love. And I know you know that it's important for all of us to have that awareness of love, completeness, right? But how do we get there when we have so much externalism going on? We have so much unrest going on. This isn't about right or wrong. This is about the fact that there's a lot of external pressures going on in our world, and people are scared. And I want you to take that fear and remember, forgetting every available resource. That's you. That's you. No matter how deep the growth is, no matter how high the shit is, you are in growth. You have control. You have choices. You don't just have one or two choices. You've got hundreds of choices to every single event. You may not recognize them because maybe you're not looking for them. You may not understand them because you're not aware that something needs to be readjusted, recalibrated, as it were. You may not understand or want to look at change. Maybe you like staying right where you are, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I want to encourage you to understand and to know that life is about living. It's not about where we get to at the end. It's about how we're living every day of our life. Every day of our journey is precious. It's glorious. It's outstanding. And you may not feel it right now, but it's there. It really is. And I want all of you to know that everything in life is part of that journey. Every aspect that we look at is understanding that every day is critical. Every day is important. Every day is what gets us up. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel afraid. It's okay to have a bad day. It really is. But know that it will turn around, because good will always follow bad. Good will always come from whatever situation you're going through right now. I see so many of the beautiful things that people are doing for each other in the day of this pandemic. It's really beautiful to see. It's heartbreaking for those who are losing loved ones. But the breadth and the depth of knowing that you're loved, of knowing that there's a special, special experience going on for you, that your soul is learning and your consciousness will also learn. You know that old saying, the corny saying, turn your frown into a smile. Well, sometimes we just need to look at that and go, yeah, it is. It's important. Your perception of how you're viewing your world right now is paramount to who you are as a human being. It's paramount. Your perception of who you are, what you are, being where you are is so very important. Take a minute and have gratefulness for everything that you do have in your life instead of focusing on what you don't have in your life. Look at the good things that are taking place in your life, because there are many. They really are. Even if it's just the hug that you get from your grandkids. A lot of us, even today, we're not getting as many hugs from our grandkids. I know I'm one of them. But I got FaceTime with them. I can still play Pokemon over the FaceTime. So we've got all sorts of different things that we are readjusting, realigning, reworking. But that's the exciting part of life, right? When it's a barrel of shit and you've fallen into it, make that barrel a barrel of roses. Because the shit is the spiritual human in transition. And as you feel like you're going down in it, I want you to bring yourself right back up in it. You are critical to everything that takes place in your life. Your thoughts, your words, your ability to overcome. You don't have to be brilliant. You don't have to be just the most creative genius on the earth. What you do need is hope. What you do need is the perseverance of the incredible person of you, because you are the one truly that can make it all worthwhile. I think every single one of you watching this can dig deep down within yourself to understand how beautiful life is. We have moments of ebb and flow, just like everything in nature. We have an ebb and flow. Some people are flowing right now, some people are ebbing. If you're in flow right now, reach out and help someone who isn't in flow. Be there for them. Understand what you can give. Understand that sometimes what you can give is just an ear. Listen to the heartaches that people are going through. Encourage them to change perception as you change perception. How cool is that, right? I mean, seriously, how cool is that? You don't need money. You don't need a fancy place. You don't need to meet in a fancy space. You just need to be there, whether it's in person, whether it's video. I know a lot of people are having challenges, especially my age, have some challenges with the whole technological thing. We have it. It just happens. I actually recorded this thing yesterday, and guess what? 2 minutes came up, and then all of a sudden I went blank. My audio was great, but there was no Patti. And so therefore, I'm cutting this again. It's a shit effect. How did I grow? To make sure my darn camera was on. It just happens to all of us. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay. We don't need to be perfect, but we need to be kind. We need to be respectful. We need to understand that life isn't about us. It's about all of us. Life isn't about me. It's about you. It's about how do I, in all sincerity, help you move into that place of being? How do I help you to know that you are worthy? I can tell you right now, I know why you're worthy, because you're you. You're a human being. And that makes you worthy just by your existence. Whether you're having a good day or a bad day, doesn't matter. You're still beautiful. You're still wondrous because you're you. We all have traits that we could work on. We all have traits to grow. That's why we get put in the shit. That's why we get put in the spiritual human in transition. And then one morning you're going to wake up and you're going to feel whoosh, and it's just going to be gone. All of a sudden, the heaviness that you felt, all of a sudden, all the bad things that you felt were taking place are going to disappear. How lovely is that? I have this philosophy that the longer that I go through the shit, the greater the growth. The more that I feel despondent about life, I know deep in my heart the growth that will come from it. It's beautiful. It's awesome. And I think that all of us need to keep that in mind. You are worth every second of your being. Every day is a gift that we're given. And for those of us who have lost loved ones, who have crossed over already due to anything, know that they're free. They're dancing across the universe. They're happy. It's hard sometimes when we're losing a lot, when a lot of people have chosen to cross over. But as many of you have heard me lecture before, I really don't believe we can cross over until it's time. And I think that's the most important thing of life, is we never know. And so enjoy your day. Enjoy your life. Decide how You want to navigate and look and focus on all things you. That rose is always right there. That rose is always in that position to help you out. I want you to think about your life. Has it been rough? Has it been good? If it's been good and you have the energy, what are you doing to help others? If it's been rough, what are you doing to reach out to others to get some help? The totality of the pandemic, the wildfires, the racial unrest around the world, and especially here in our country, can't be ignored. We can't sit and watch a raging wildfire in California and say it doesn't exist. We need to be motivated. We need to take accountability and responsibility for ourselves, because it's always about personal responsibility. It's always about what are you giving to your community, not what you're taking from your community. What are you giving to your community? If you're a teacher and you're in good health and there's some kids in the neighborhood that are doing homeschooling because they can't go to school, reach out, get them on video, help tutor them. You can do it. If you're a child and you miss your grandpa and you miss your grandma, in my case an Oma, then you're technology savvy. You get on FaceTime and talk to them. Let's not leave each other alone. Let's rise up and help. Rise up and love. Rise up and be the kind of person that I know you are. Take your responsibilities seriously. Take your responsibilities in knowing that life is a gift and every moment is a gift. And you make the choices of those gifts. You make the decisions of those gifts. You make the decisions for every single day of your life. You have full responsibility for it. Nobody else. And isn't that wonderful? Isn't that what's wonderful about life, is we can take that barrel of shit, understand that we're growing, nurture it, and turn it into a rose. There are angels everywhere, my friends. Angels everywhere to help, to assist, to be there for you. And many of you are angels giving to others. And I'm so blessed to know you, to know of you, and to know that you're in existence in human form, helping those in need. What a wondrous world. No matter what the externalism is, I want you to remember that you are worth every second of every day. If your body hurts, thank it for being healthy. If you're emotionally distraught, find a friend to talk to. Find a mental health professional if you need to. Reach out, take personal responsibility, and know that what you have and what you'll do with your life is all consuming and awesome and just incredible in terms of your capability to live. Think about that. Your capability to live. Despite the shit, keep in mind, you're a spiritual human in transition. You have the capability. You have the power. You have the resources. Make it work for you. It may be a challenging time to live right now, but it's a story, it's a time that generations will look back on and say, My Oma did this to help others. My grandpa did this. My Grammy did this. My mom and dad did this. I did this. The little boy that had the lemonade stand that managed to just bring in so much money for diapers, 22,000 diapers that he was able to purchase for moms in need. And I think he was like 9. Those are our angels, those who care, those who reach out to help in what little way you can. And like I said, most of the time, it's just listening, giving an ear. We all love you so much. I know I love you so much. And I thank you for being here on this planet at this time so we can go through all of this together. It may not feel like it's an adventure, but it's an adventure nonetheless. Love, hold your space, peace, and take care of yourself and each other.